What if the single most common piece of advice you're getting for back pain after 50 is actually making it worse? This isn't just a provocative question, it's a reality I confront daily in my practice. For decades, the narrative around aging and back pain has been one of passive acceptance, a story of inevitable decay, where the only solutions are painkillers or extreme caution. But what if I told you that the very idea of taking it easy is often the root cause of your ongoing discomfort? The body is not designed for stillness. It's a dynamic adaptive system that thrives on intelligent stimulus. By the end of this video, I'll show you a simple method, tested in physical therapy clinics worldwide, that can pinpoint your personal fast track to relief in under 60 seconds. More than that, I'll provide you with a complete physiological roadmap, a guide to not just managing pain, but fundamentally rebuilding a resilient, agile, and pain-free back. My name is Dr. Amelia from USA, and here on Winds of Thought, we untangle complex health ideas. Today we're tackling a frustrating reality, being told your aches are just part of getting older. That's not a diagnosis, it's a dismissal. It's a narrative that disempowers you and ignores the remarkable capacity your body retains for repair and adaptation, regardless of your birth year. The truth is, for the vast majority, age isn't the cause of the pain. It's the catalyst for a hidden process that we can absolutely reverse. This process isn't magic, it's biology. As we move through life, our daily habits, our postures, our forgotten movements slowly write a story into our tissues. The plot of that story doesn't have to be one of decline. We can pick up a new pen and start writing a different chapter today, one focused on mobility, strength, and vitality. Let's first dismantle the fear. Research is clear. Only a tiny fraction of back issues, less than 5%, are from severe structural damage like fractures, tumors, or dangerous infections. The overwhelming majority, over 95%, fall into a category specialists call non-specific back pain. Now, that term is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean the pain isn't real. It's incredibly real, often sharp, limiting, and frightening. What it means is that the primary issue isn't a catastrophic mechanical failure. It's something far more correctable. A stiffened, deconditioned, and sensitized system. Think of it like a sophisticated alarm system that's become hyper-vigilant, going off at the slightest provocation, not because there's a true fire, but because the sensors have become overly sensitive. Your job isn't to just silence the alarm, it's to calmly reset the system. To understand how, let's use a new metaphor. Think of your spinal column, its muscles, ligaments, and joints, not as a fragile stack of bricks, but as a sophisticated, multi-layered shock absorber that's been sitting unused in a garage for a decade. The seals and diaphragms dry out. The specialized fluid inside thickens and loses its viscosity. When you finally try to use it, it groans, creaks, and resists movement. It feels unreliable. But crucially, nothing is snapped or torn. The fundamental architecture is intact. It has simply lost its suppleness, its lubricated grace, and its dynamic strength from lack of appropriate use. This is the core mechanism we will target. The pain you feel is often this system's protest against movement. It has forgotten how to perform gracefully. I'm going to give you the 5 precise movements that act like a comprehensive rejuvenation protocol for that shock absorber, designed to restore fluid dynamics, re-engage the stabilizing mechanisms, and rebuild load-bearing capacity. But before we dive into the movements, a critical principle must be understood. Forcing a stiff, creaky mechanism rarely helps. In fact, it often causes more micro-trauma and reinforces the alarm system's fear. You don't beat a door hinge into submission. You apply penetrating oil and move it gently back and forth to restore its function. You need the right kind of motion, in the right dose, at the right time. This is where clinical science offers us a brilliant roadmap. There's a clinically proven approach that forms the backbone of our plan today. The principles of mechanotherapy and the McKenzie method. These aren't fads. They are systems built on a simple, powerful idea. Your body often has a preferred direction of movement that can rapidly reduce pain and centralize symptoms. It's about listening to your body's feedback, not bullying it into submission. I've adapted this wisdom into a simple, safe, and progressive framework you can use at home, which I call the 5 framework. Let's build your personalized routine from the ground up. We'll call it the 5 framework, standing for foundational mobility, integrative rotation, vital core engagement, functional strength, and enduring resilience. Each letter represents a non-negotiable pillar in the architecture of a healthy back. This isn't a random collection of stretches. It's a logical sequence that prepares your body for each subsequent step, minimizing risk and maximizing efficacy. Pillar 1. Foundational mobility, the F. This is about restoring the primary gears of your spine: forward bending, flexion, and backward bending, extension. We start with the most fundamental and controlled version. Sit tall on a firm chair, feet planted firmly hip-width apart. Feel your sitting bones connecting with the seat. Gently, without forcing, initiate a movement from your pelvis, allowing your spine to curl forward one vertebra at a time as you slide your hands down your thighs towards your shins. Imagine your spine as a chain being laid down link by link. Go only to a point of a mild stretching sensation, not pain. Hold this position for one slow, deep breath. Inhale into your back, exhale releasing tension. Then, with deliberate control, reverse the motion, rolling back up as if stacking vertebrae one on top of the other. This is about neurological re-education and lubrication, not about straining to touch your toes. Repeat this 10 times, aiming not for more range, but for smoother, more fluid movement with each repetition. The quality of the movement is the medicine. For many with general stiffness, arthritis, or the feeling of a rigid bar in the lower back, this movement is pure gold. It gently teaches the posterior muscles to lengthen and the spinal joints to share the load. However, individual anatomy varies. If you feel a sharp, shooting, or electrical pain traveling down your leg during this, stop. That is a specific signal that this direction is currently aggravating a neural structure. It's not a failure, it's valuable information. It's a sign to try the opposite direction, which I'll detail shortly. For those who find the seated version challenging, we begin even gentler with the supported knee hug. Lie on your back on a firm surface. Slowly, draw one knee at a time toward your chest, using your hands to assist gently. Hold for 20-30 seconds, breathing deeply into the sensation in your lower back and hip. This is a beautiful, low-load way to introduce flexion and soothe the lumbar region. Pillar 2. Integrative rotation, the I. Life isn't lived purely in the forward and back plane. We twist to reach into the back seat, swing a golf club, or simply look behind us. Rotational freedom is a key that unlocks so many daily activities. Restricting rotation forces other, less stable parts of your spine to overwork. Our exercise for this is deliberate and safe. Lie on your back, knees bent and together, feet flat on the floor. Place your arms out in a T position for stability. Keep your shoulders relaxed and anchored. Now, as you exhale, engage your core lightly and guide both knees as a single unit slowly to one side. Your upper back may naturally come off the floor slightly. This is okay. Don't aim for your knee to touch the floor. Aim for a gentle, internal feeling of opening and release in the mid-back. Inhale, using your core to bring your knees back through center, and exhale to the other side. This is not a ballistic stretch. It's a conscious mobilization of your thoracic and lumbar spine. Perform 10 smooth, mindful reps to each side. Any pops, clicks, or gliding sensations are usually just those stiff articular surfaces, finding new space. Think of it as your biological shock absorber, sighing in relief as the pressure equalizes. Pillar 3, vital core engagement, the V.
The word core has been mangled by fitness culture.
We are not talking about six-pack abs. We are targeting the deep, stabilizing musculature, the transverse abdominis, the multifidus, the pelvic floor. These are your spine's internal corset and stabilizers. They work unconsciously in healthy backs to brace and protect during movement. In pain, they often shut down or fire inefficiently. We must wake them up with precision. Lie back, knees bent. Place your fingertips on the front of your hip bones, then move your hands slightly inward. This is where your deep transverse abdominis lies. Exhale gently and draw your belly button down toward your spine, as if trying to zip up a tight pair of pants. You should feel the muscle tighten under your fingertips, without your spine forcefully pressing into the floor or your ribs flaring. Hold that gentle 20% engagement. Now, while maintaining it, inhale, and as you exhale, lift only your head and shoulder blades an inch or two off the ground. The goal is to feel your deep abdominals working to initiate this tiny curl, not your neck muscles. Your gaze should stay on your knees, chin slightly tucked. Lower slowly. The moment you feel your neck straining or your core engagement wavering, stop the set. Start with 2 sets of 10 repetitions, prioritizing impeccable form over number. This is the vital, non-negotiable foundation for all future strength. Pillar 4, functional strength, the second F. Now we integrate that core stability into powerful, real-world movement. This pillar builds functional, compound strength, the kind that powers you out of a deep chair, climbs a stair without hesitation, or lifts a grocery bag with confidence. The king of these movements is the supported squat. Stand in front of a sturdy chair or sofa, feet slightly wider than shoulder width for a stable base. Extend your arms straight out for counterbalance. Initiate the movement by sending your hips back and down, as if aiming for the distant chair seat. Keep your chest proud and your spine in its neutral, elongated posture. Lower slowly for a count of 4, focusing on control. Lightly touch the seat, don't plop. Then drive up powerfully through your heels, engaging your glutes as you stand. This movement pattern is primal. The slow eccentric, lowering phase builds muscle and control. The explosive concentric, rising phase rebuilds the power and speed you need for vitality and injury prevention. This single move strengthens your spine's primary support team, your glutes, thighs, hamstrings, and core, all working in symphony. Begin with 10 reps, rest for a minute, and complete 2 to 3 sets. As you progress, you can decrease the depth of the chair or add a light load held at your chest. Pillar 5, enduring resilience, the E. This is the game changer most therapeutic routines completely miss. Your back is not a static structure. It is a dynamic, fluid-filled, living column designed for sustained, rhythmic activity. It craves cyclical loading, the gentle, rhythmic compression and decompression that comes from walking, swimming, or cycling. This pump action circulates nutrients into spinal discs, flushes out inflammatory metabolites, and bathes pain receptors in natural endorphins. A still spine is a stagnant spine, a breeding ground for stiffness and sensitivity. A rhythmically moving spine is a healing spine, a self-lubricating, self-regulating system. My own journey with debilitating back pain in my early 20s didn't resolve with perfect form alone. It truly turned the corner with the consistent, meditative rhythm of daily walking. The effect is systemic. Improved circulation, modulated stress hormones, better sleep, and a profound sense of agency. Start small and non-intimidating. Pick an activity you don't dread. Walking in nature, gentle lap swimming, or stationary cycling are perfect. Commit to just 90 minutes total per week. That's less than 15 minutes a day. The consistency is more important than the intensity. Gradually, as your confidence and capacity grow, build toward the global health benchmark of 150 minutes per week. This endurance work is the glue that makes the strength and flexibility work stick. It teaches your nervous system that movement is safe, rewarding, and necessary. Now let's integrate this with the accelerated recovery secret I promised, the directional preference test. This is your clinical shortcut, a way to diagnostically listen to your body and identify which of the foundational movements your back craves right now to calm itself. Here's how to perform it safely. First, stand comfortably. Perform 5 to 6 gentle, pain-limited forward bends, letting your arms hang loosely. Note the sensation during and immediately after. Does it centralize a distant pain? Does it create a familiar but not worsening stretch? Next, perform 5 to 6 gentle backward bends. Place your hands on your lower back for support and gently extend backwards, looking slightly up. Again, note the sensation. Which movement felt easier? Which created a more central, good, stretching sensation, or perhaps even momentarily reduced a symptom? That is your guiding direction for the next 24-48 hours. If forward bending felt better or centralizing, your focus should be on the seated flexion exercise from Pillar 1. If backward bending was your clear winner, prioritize gentle back extensions. You can do these standing as described, or lying on your stomach, propped up on your elbows for a few minutes at a time. Here is the potent clinical trick. Perform your preferred movement 10 times every waking hour. This isn't a workout. It's frequent, gentle dosing of the movement your irritated tissues are asking for. This repetitive, non-threatening motion can dramatically speed up the process of desensitization and restoring normal movement patterns. Think of it as applying that penetrating oil frequently, not just once a day. You now hold the complete 5 framework, a holistic, progressive, and physiologically sound blueprint. But knowledge is only potential power. Application is everything. Apply this framework patiently and consistently. Your back story isn't a pre-written script of inevitable decline. It is a living document of adaptable resilience, waiting for you to pick up the pen. There will be days of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That is not failure. It is the process of adaptation. Listen to the difference between good pain, a sensation of stretching and muscular effort, and bad pain, sharp, shooting, or nauseating. Respect the latter, and calmly return to an earlier, easier progression. This journey is about empowerment over your own well-being. If this rethinking of back health, from a story of fragility to one of adaptable strength, resonated with you, please like this video. That simple act truly helps Wines of Thought reach others who are tired of simplistic advice and are ready for a nuanced, scientific approach. For a deeper dive into building foundational, total body strength that supports this spinal work at any age, I've created an essential guide linked on screen and in the description below. Remember, movement isn't just medicine, it's information. Every step, every gentle bend, every conscious rotation sends a signal to your brain and tissues. We are safe, we are strong, we are designed to move. Send your body the right message, consistently, and it will respond with remarkable resilience. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.